I moved to Colorado.
Wait. Let me back it up for you. Well, now that we're back from that rewind, I moved to Colorado. I wanted to make this video because I have fallen way behind in documenting this art thing and even documenting the move. It got very stressful, got a little overwhelming for a little bit, so I paused on the filming. Side note, if you're wondering, Armene, are you using your Apple Watch to record audio? Yes. Yes, I am, because I'm a professional. Mind your business. But I wanted to update you that I have moved, and I love it. I have been so overwhelmed with gratitude after I've gotten here. I have the most kind neighbors. I've been welcomed by the art scene. I had a really wonderful art festival the other weekend. I'll give a little update on that later. I'll have footage from it and I'll give you an update. Don't you worry. And I am just really grateful. So I am entering market season. For those who don't know, in Colorado, market season typically opens around May, June, and then closes around October just because of the weather. For example, we got snow in May. This girl growing up in Texas was like, what? It was awesome. It was magical. Actually, you know what? Insert footage here. So I have booked markets June through October-ish, and I'm just gonna be working on making art for them. So my goal as I've moved to Colorado as an artist has shifted a little bit. I really want to do more plein air painting because I have access to incredible nature in my city. And I really would like to get out there more often. I love being out there. And so, especially as the sun comes out, the summer is warming up. Let's not get a little too crazy. I don't want it to get too warm, but it does allow me to be outside with my paints and not have to bring an umbrella and 20 layers. So I want to do more of that. In fact, I just signed up for a plein air event in August that I'm very excited for. So I want to, this summer, build up to that. I want to be doing a lot of plein air practice on top of keeping inventory for markets. Currently, my goal is to get out there 2 to 3 times a week. We'll see what happens. But that is a major shift that's happened with this move to Colorado. On top of other things, like I have loved the weather here. I feel like my hair texture has changed. My skin is a little bit clearer just because the water is softer than it was in Texas, I think. And I have a little like book club group that I'm getting to know, and I've been up to Denver a couple of times, and I'm just trying to focus on saving money and building my business. So, thank you for being here. I'm sorry it's been so long since the last update, but there's a lot going on, okay? It was crazy. Just ask any one of my good friends. But we did it, and it's a little wild. So the rest of this video, I'm gonna kind of walk you through the journey forward through time. So you'll see the beginning dregs of it, which I didn't film a whole lot of because I was overwhelmed. But you'll kind of see me get here, see me unpack. I have a clip from my first official week with no visitors on the horizon. and it's just me in this new space, which I love, by the way. First of all, this couch is maybe my favorite thing that I've ever owned, and the cats love it too. You can't see Jordy, or maybe you can, I don't think you can, but he's literally right over there on the couch as well. So they love the couch, they love these major windows. It's like cat TV to them. There's wildlife everywhere. But it was my first night in the space, and I just wanted to document it. So since then, things have continued being very comfortable. I love it here so much. And I am just so glad I'm here. I wish I could have gotten here sooner. But I can't believe I look around and I have mountains everywhere. So hopefully you'll see some footage of that in this video. And if not this video, definitely other ones, because they're literally everywhere. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy this update. I will try and also show some of the art that I've done recently. It's been very inspiring. I feel my creative juices kind of flowing again. And yeah, I just wanted to say sorry for disappearing for a bit, and hopefully I can get back into a routine with these videos. What do you think, Ahsoka? I don't think she cares. But yeah, enough yapping. Get out of here. Go enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, bye. Okay, so the gist of it is I spent a lot of time researching cost of living and where to live and looking for apartments and all of the things, kind of weighing options, and kind of fell in love with Colorado Springs since I'd been there quite a few times. And so eventually the right apartment came online. I just happened to spot it an hour after it was posted, applied, and was approved. And so I started planning the move for like a month after I signed the lease. And in the meantime, had to continue doing markets. Not had to, I got to, I wanted to. But it also meant that I was a little overwhelmed. And on top of that, as the move came closer and closer, I tried to spend more time with the friends that I would be leaving. So I went to the Ren Fair with my normal group, and just tried to soak it all in. I also had, a couple of commissions, and I had art that I needed to continue to make. So I did that up until literally I couldn't anymore. And also began the business of packing pretty quickly because I did not want to be rushed through that. So a lot was going on all at once. I'd been planning it for a long time, but it just kind of all fell into place really quickly. So having to balance all of those things was really a first for me. To be kind of doing it all at the same time was crazy. I also got into polymer clay at that time, which was not smart. This is from earlier from a Christmas market, but I just really liked the setup and wanted to include it. So there you go. Because it's been so long since I've seen you. Hi. A lot has happened. But rewind. Before I'd even signed a lease, I decided that it would probably be smart to take a trip out to Colorado Springs and see some of like the apartments that I was looking at. And so I harassed my dad into coming with me because I also wanted to learn how to drive in the snow. Spoiler, it did not snow in January in Colorado Springs, but we still had a great time enjoying this Airbnb and walking through nature and driving around town, getting a feel for everything. And it was really helpful to figure out what neighborhoods I wanted or didn't want to live in. I even found this little area just so inspiring. And there's a tree here that I really wanted to paint. So when I got back, I painted it. If you can't tell, I was all over the place. Just even from this voiceover months later, it was really kind of a chaotic time for lots of reasons. But I'm just really glad that I took that trip, and it was very helpful. So yeah, this was one of my last markets at the Arboretum in Austin. I love that market. If you're there, please go visit and support. But I wanted to document that. I had a little pop-up. Actually, I think this was my official last event. And it was so much fun. It was a night market. It was great. I got to do a little talk to the Dripping Springs Art League. which was really cool. And then it was celebrating with friends and reminiscing and crying about all the packing and all the stress of leaving this space. I love this apartment so much. So that's what this moment is. Dramatic. Dramatic much? But it was time to get on the road. So loaded up the U-Haul, drove for a long time. A couple of days, took a night in between to kind of let the cats unwind because they did not like the drive. But yeah, had some family help me with that, which I'm so grateful for. And then this is coming up on my neighborhood. Now, I'm not going to show you where my neighborhood is because that would be crazy. But there was a lot of packing to do once we got there, or unpacking to do. And the cats really loved it. This was their first time getting to sit on that couch and look out. They love it so much. But after family left, I decided my first morning I wanted to go out and paint, do a little plein air painting of this cherry blossom tree. When we got here, it was March, and there were just like cherry blossoms everywhere. And so I found one and went out there and painted for a while. I met my neighbors. They were very sweet. Yeah, it was such a lovely, lovely, sweet time. Those first few weeks were just a lot of getting to explore the city and getting familiar, getting comfortable, having people visit. My best friend came out and visited, which was awesome to be able to kind of introduce her here and just to get some time with her. And I again, here's more snow in the spring, which is just kind of blowing my mind at this point. You can tell I'm like, I have to document everything. And I had to drive down to Garden of the Gods to see it in the snow. It's my favorite park. Surprise, surprise. You'll see lots of it. And then this drive is just incredible. So please enjoy these skies for a moment.
Wipe the sleep from your eyes. Quit dreaming now, the sun is on the rise. And by the end of the day, this dusty room will be 1,000 miles away.
This is the first official stretch of time without any visitors, family, friends. It's just me. And I'm excited. This place that I found is very comfortable. I love the city I'm in. I'm sure you'll see more of it. I cannot wait to get back to painting. I have been aching to do more plein air painting since last summer. And I got to do some the first week I was here. There's some really beautiful cherry blossoms in this little neighborhood, and so I went and painted it, but it happened. I did it. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. So I just wanted to document this first night. I had a couple of nights in between visitors where I was alone, but visitors are done. It's just me and the cats. And I've already made friends with my neighbors. The people here are really sweet. Yeah. Oh, hi, bud. There are deer that just mosey on by our window at least twice a day. So they just get all the entertainment. But it's beautiful. There are mountains everywhere. Oh, I love it. I love all that ease of access to nature. I'm so content here. So it was a crazy move. I'm glad I'm here. I'm ready to get settled, get back into a routine, get back into saving money, and continue life. So yeah, I have some art shows coming up I need to get painting for, and I'm just really excited. What do you see? Oh, a neighbor. I'm gonna go, but I just wanted to check in. I'll see you around. So, with Territory Days coming up, it's a huge 3-day art festival that happens in downtown Colorado Springs, and I knew I needed to be painting a lot of originals for it and getting prints made of my newer stuff. So I began with this Artemis moon. The Artemis mission recently has been really inspiring, and I just wanted to paint it. So there it is. I spent a lot of time painting. Took some breaks to visit farmers markets and hike and stuff, but overall just worked really hard to get ready for Territory Days. And I gotta say, I was pretty nervous for Territory Days. I didn't know what the response would be. It was very expensive to join, and so I really was nervous that it wouldn't be worth it. But ultimately, we locked in, we got the painting done, and then it was time to just prep and show up for Territory Days. Territory Days started very early the first day. I was up at maybe 4 to eat breakfast, pack lunch, pack for the day, and then head downtown very early for an early check-in. I wanted to get there with plenty of time to set up. And there were so many vendors. It was lovely. Everybody was so kind. Setup went pretty well. I think it took me like an hour and a half, maybe. Here's a little transition shot. Hey, there it is. It was lovely. And like we had to dress in this Western style, or not had to, but we could. And this was the closest I could get. I was like, this is as Western as you're getting. I was really proud of how the setup turned out. I had people compliment it. It was great. And the whole weekend I had a couple of goals. I wanted to sell one original and make my booth fee back. And it surpassed anything I could have expected. The level of people, like this is very early, maybe 30 minutes before the show even opens, and there's already people. But we had major crowds. I think the stat was 100,000 people over 3 days. It was crazy busy. So I met a lot of collectors. I met a lot of other creators. I really could not have asked for a better first Colorado Art Festival. It was insane. It was so lovely. And I left feeling so uplifted and proud of how it went. And like, this is just the first time I could pull my phone out and film a little bit. It was busy all weekend. I had 3 incredible people want to bring my art home, and I was just so honored. And so if you're watching this, thank you. I'm so glad that my art is in your homes, and it was so nice to meet you. So overall, just a really successful weekend. I'm over the moon still. Like, I cannot wait to do this again next year. And since then, I can't voice how welcomed I've felt, how kind everyone has been, how easy it's been. The thing I keep saying to friends is life feels easier here, even if it isn't always easy. Does that make sense? It just feels lighter. I feel lighter. I feel healthier. I feel more active. I feel excited. And like there's been tricky parts to moving. It is a lot of logistics. Dealing with the DMV was interesting, but you know, that's life. I'm just glad to be now kind of returning back to normal life. Markets coming up. Paintings have sold. I've met incredible people. I have a lot of opportunities that I'm open to and interested in, and it's been wonderful. So that's kind of the major update, and I hope that you have enjoyed the process of it. I will kind of give you a little montage of some pieces that I've worked on recently. Some have sold, which is great. It's always such a joy when the right collector finds a piece and is like, I have to take this home. It makes me feel so good. So yeah, enjoy this montage, but it's been a pleasure.
The trees, they are singing to the tune of a song, and the wind is gently ringing the bell that brings the morning, the welcome of the dawn. The voice of the robin, the call of the dove, the red leaves are falling, the barn owl is calling, the welcome of the dawn. The dogs will be howling in the early morning light. All are happy to be out in